Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. It's the season finale, it's episode 22, and today we're returning with our final two Serie A games, home to Inter Milan, who we're trying to topple in the race for European football, and then Empoli away. Before we get to the games though, share a brush me getting on off camera. And of course, in the last episode you saw our realistic hopes of Europa League football die after no wins in 3 games. 4 games in a run off camera, and as you can see, 2 wins and 2 defeats, and whilst it is still mathematically possible we could qualify for the Europa League, it is highly unlikely. We began with a 3-0 victory at home to Parma, where in this game I decided to change the tactics. I'll discuss more in that in just a moment's time. But I went to the 4-1-2-3 gegenpress for this system, and we really did respond, I must admit. Esposito scored our first 8 minutes in after Nicola Del Monte getting a rare start in this game, set him up. Petagna made it 2-0 late on, connecting with a Storaro corner, and Del Monte himself got our third goal. He's rarely played since we signed him last season, just because of the fact we don't operate with wingers, so we can't really use the guy. But hashtag free Del Monte, he was freed in this game, and he was fantastic in a 3-0 victory. So 3 points on the board, and moving on in the final 3 games of the run off camera. I promise I'll stop now. We lost away at the Stadio Olimpico against Lazio by 2-1. Ciro Immobile bagged both goals for Lazio in this game, and whilst Martella did score an absolute thunderbolt in the 36th minute, drilling it in from range and making it 1-1. Right before the break, Shiro was sent forward and tucked it home as Lazio got the 3 points there. Following that, bouncing back, win against Genoa, which I expected, 2-1 at home at the Rigamonti. Joel Campbell gave Genoa the lead 14 minutes in. A bit of a howler from Ordero, you don't say that much, but Campbell getting the early goal there. But we responded in the first half. Nicola Muru, 11 minutes later, connecting with a Fabio De Paoli cross, made it 1-1. I love it when the wing-backs in this team combine for a goal. Shows you the importance of them. And right after the restart, Eddie Salcedo made it 2-1 after dispossessing his man. And how many times have we seen that happen? Not just in this save, but in FM20 in general. A man dilly-dallying on the ball, and the opposition forward robbing him, going one-on-one and converting. That's what Salcedo did for that goal in a 2-1 victory. Before that, a 1-0 loss away against the newly crowned champions Juventus away in Turin. This was actually the game they clinched the title, but I must admit, we didn't just lay over and let our tummies get tickled and just let them beat us comfortably. We put up a really good fight in this game. Now, we fell behind early, 7 minutes in, but really, we played well. You would have seen by the stats on the left-hand side, we actually put up a really, really good fight, played just as good as Juve, but sadly, didn't get the rub of the green, and therefore left with nothing. So after 2 defeats in our last 3 games, as you can see, we sit in 8th place in the table with the remaining 2 fixtures. It's basically over now. What we have to do is win both of our remaining games, and Inter need to lose on matchday 38 at home to Fiorentina. The chance of that happening, incredibly unlikely. It's realistic, so it's mathematically still possible, but it's not really realistic. But of course, we drew at the San Siro 1-1 earlier on in the season, so if we do win this game, then that means we'll finish up with a better head-to-head record than Inter Milan for the season. So that does mean, again, win on the final day and they lose, and we will overtake them. Goal difference will not come into play. So it is possible, but it is indeed incredibly unlikely. So into the game, as you can see, this is the system we have been using, the 4-1-2-3 gegenpress in the run off camera. It is a more direct style of play. It's a very high press and high line style of play. And, you know, it worked out okay. Again, 2 wins in 4, not too bad. And we'll stick with it for the first game and see how we get on. Right now in the injury report, as you can see, Rocco is down for the remainder of the season with a broken foot. Storaro suspended for our first of the 2 final games. Viviani is down with a slight knock as well, and a couple of players are unfit, but everyone else is fine. So this is our team. Emil is in goal. Back 4 is Muru, Parola, Sistana, and De Paoli, with Mazzai, Bisoli, and Sakagni playing deep line playmaker through the middle. Salcedo and Del Monte are inside forwards on left and right, and Esposito is up top. On the bench, you've got Mola, Mangravati, Magnani, Armini, Martella, Sabelli, Iglio, Moratti, Picardi, Rovaglia, Torregrossa, and Petagna as well. First to 2, we must win, otherwise it is over officially. Forza Brescia. Sandro Tonali returning to Brescia. Guarantees going to score a last-minute equaliser today to kill our dreams of European football. We'll always love you, Sandro. Hopefully one day he'll come back in a Brescia shirt. You never know. Anyway, 17 minutes in, still tied at 0-0. And again, the result would be good, like in terms of the show of how well we've made progression with this team, but it won't be good enough for us to keep ourselves in the European race. Only a win will do today. Sebastiano down the left, taken down by Tamorian. Is that a penalty or is it a free kick? See, these are the instances where I don't mind. Just right on the line, it's very close. Is it a free kick? Is it a penalty? We're about to find out. Former Chelsea man taking down our number 9. I think it is a spot kick, and it's not. Referee gives a free kick. If it's on the line, then it is obviously a penalty, but clearly Esposito is just outside the area there, and therefore it is going to be a free kick. God damn, it would have started out would have been a free kick 26 minutes in, but instead a free kick on the edge. Tomori gets a booking. Come on, Brescia, chance here though, Depali to take. Go on, Fabio, good delivery, floats one in. Ah, poor, way over hit. Still 0-0, and a chance squandered there. Goals have been the problem for us this season. Sebastiano, our top scorer, I believe still in single digits. I'm not feeling confident. But again, it's all about perspective. It is just season 3. We shouldn't even be targeting a European place. We've been performing above expectations this year. I'll say to the boys, we're not doing badly at all. If everyone continues to work hard, we'll win this, although I will individually criticise Esposito up top. Second half to begin. Got to find a winner, otherwise it's over. Corner, Brescia, and... oh, Esposito heads it onto the crossbar and into an escape. I swear, man, I hate to be that guy, but we have been so unlucky this season, man. The amount of times we have hit the frame of the goal is just laughable. Sebastiano heads one off the top of the crossbar and into an escape. Still 0-0, but we've had the highlights in this game. Can we find ourselves a goal to get in front? Salcedo pops that wide. Nicola Muru down the left, dribbles into the area, and De Vrij tackles and Inter will clear. Eriksson sends it long, and Romelu Lukaku's onto it. The ex-Premier League boys linking up, and Lukaku denied by Ordero at his near post as the Belgian can't beat our number 24. Still 0-0. I think someone will win this game, but again, unless it's us, it is over. Encouraged by the 4-1-2-3 though, I must admit, as Depali whips in a free kick, and Bisoli heads it straight at David Ospina. Yeah, I'm encouraged by this gegenpress. You know, throughout the entire series, we have not used the system with wingers. We've always played 5 or 3 at the back, and a very central, narrow system. But this time, using wingers, again, Salcedo's the inside forward on the left, and Del Monte on the right, even though he's a right-footed player. I like it a lot. But as Lukaku sent through by Sandro Tonali again, Ordero frustrates the former Manchester United striker. Still 0-0. They're going for the kill now, Inter. They want to kill this contest off. These long balls over the top, they're a little bit concerning as well. I might drop the defensive line down a little bit deeper. I know playing a high defensive line is more common in FM, but sometimes it can come back to haunt you. Anyway, still 0-0, 25 minutes to go. There's still time for someone to win this game, man. It could still be us. Bisoli, the captain, dribbling into the area. Now back out wide to Nicola Muru. Whip it in, son. Whip it into the centre. In it goes. Zaccagni on the edge. Takes a touch. Bends one. Straight at the Colombian. Easy save. Still 0-0, but still time. It's now or never. It is now or never. 15 minutes to go. Got to find a winning goal. Might as well go very attacking, but there is a highlight here for Brescia. Come on, Bruno off the bench into Sebastiano's feet. Gets it back from our number 9 and dribbles around a couple of players. Martella, lovely mazy run. Goes for goal. Pegs it wide. Running out of time. Corner. Bruno. Up in the air. Mazzai, the kid. Salcedo off the crossbar. Man, oh man, how many times? Well, it just wasn't to be in the end then. It is officially over. Inter Milan hold on for the goalless draw. I mean, that is a really credible result in Season 3. But unfortunately, it counts for nothing in the end. Gutted. Twice we hit the woodwork for our former Inter Milan boys, but just couldn't find a winning goal that we needed. I'll say to the boys, everyone thought we'd get beaten today. Well done for proving them wrong. It's a great result, because it is a great result in the grand scheme of things. It's only Season 3, and we've got a very credible goalless draw there and clean sheet against Inter Milan, but unfortunately, again, it counts for absolutely nothing this season. 8th place is as high as we can finish. I want to process through this game as well here, because Torino are at home to Bologna, and Bologna thrashed them by 4-1, so Torino have been relegated from the Serie A. And the big reason why I'm not going to celebrate it per se, but I'm kind of happy about it, is because they have got a couple of players I'd absolutely love. Andrea Belotti, of course, being the main one. There's no relegation release clause on the guy, unfortunately, but Belotti is someone I certainly wouldn't mind. You've got a couple of great midfielders as well in Daniele Baselli and Roberto Gagliardini as well. Torino, I just want to show you their season towards the end as well. They have had an absolute tank in the second half of the season. Absolute tank to be relegated. And for Sampdoria's sake, the total opposite. Look at Sampdoria, man. They've pulled off a Lecce and done it successfully. Extraordinary. Torino relegated, though, and a couple of players there I'd certainly be interested in snapping up if I could. So Cagliari are away at Napoli on this Sunday the 15th of May. So hopefully Napoli can do us a favour there at the Stadio San Paolo, and that will keep them below us in the table. And that means going into the final day, win against Empoli, and we'll be guaranteed to finish in 8th place. We can't finish any lower than 10th, so we have got ourselves a top 10 finish for the first time in the save. I'm very happy about that, but I so badly wanted European football. So, yeah, Napoli beat Cagliari by 2 goals to 1, you can see there on the right-hand side. So that means now we stay in 8th place, heading into match day 38. And if we beat Empoli away from home, then we'll guarantee an 8th placed finish. And had you offered me that at the start of the season, I would have bitten your hand off. So, yes, we're disappointed to miss out on European football, but perspective, man, perspective. It's season 3, and the progression we've made in such a short space of time, and I hate to keep saying this and sound like a broken record, but in particular, defensively, we're going to end up with, most likely the 5th best defensive record in the division. We have made some incredible progress in such a short space of time. Yes, there's no European football next year, but you can't deny it's been a very good season this year. So moving on, final game of the Serie A season, and again, can't finish any higher than 8th place, but can drop to 10th. We are at home to Empoli. Only one thing to be decided today, and that's who ends up going down in that 18th place. Anyone from Cittadella to our opponents Empoli can be relegated today, but it is looking very likely it will be Cittadella, 1 point behind Udinese, and they're away at the champions Juventus as well. So to be fair to these guys, I thought for sure they were going down rock bottom, but instead put up a good fight, but unfortunately looks as though it's going to come in vain. So yeah, where are we here? So yeah, final game of the season, it is Empoli, and I'd like to finish in 8th place, but at least I know for sure no matter what happens, we are guaranteed a top 10 finish for the first time in the series. So into the game, we'll go back to our tiki-taka style of play. It might become a secondary system next year based on how much I've liked our gegenpress in the run towards the end of the season, and this will be our team as we say farewell to a few players. Now, Aldero's in goal. The back five is Martella playing his final game for the club. We'll always remember his great season, one of us, but he's playing his final game for the club. Is out of contract in the summer. Mangravati, who I've got no plans to keep, I think he'll be going. Sistana, who has big interest from Milan, Roma, and also Fiorentina as well. I'd love to keep the guy, I'm a big fan, but I'm not sure I'll be able to. Armenian Sabelli, who also might be playing his final game for the club. Basoli, the captain, is Storaro. Picardi, with 1 goal all season long. Can he get on the final day? I'd love it if he did. And Patagana and Tori Grosso, who he himself is playing his final game for the club at a contract at the end of the season. So it's a farewell party for a few players here. And on the bench, you've got Mola, Magnani, Perola, Muri, De Paoli, Iglio, Mazzai, Moratti, Dalmonte, Salcedo, Esposito, and Rovaglia as well. Second final game, Empoli away. Let's get the win and guarantee 8th place for Brescia. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Sistana, and I think out of all of the players we inherited with Brescia when we started this save, if you don't count the youngsters in Lusignoli and Gietzi and Morazzi, I would say Sistana is probably the guy that I've always had the most belief in. I really like the guy a lot, and it'll be a shame to lose him because he's such a great centre-half, and again, about to enter the prime of his career at 25 years old, but keeping him here, convincing him to stay with Milan and Roma being interested, that's going to be very tough indeed. Anyway, 20 minutes in, still 0-0, nothing going on, but this sort of sums up Brescia's season, really. We just don't create enough, and we don't score enough. Can't be happy with how good we've been defensively this season, but I could be happier if we put the ball in the back of the net on a more consistent basis. Half-time fast approaching, here it is, still 0-0. If there's a game that sums up Brescia's season, it's this one. Defensively, watertight. At the top of the pitch, we got nothing going on. Sorry, top of the pitch? What? I mean at the other end of the pitch. Anyway, first highlight, a minute into the second half. Free kick whipped in and a penalty for Brescia and a chance to go in front. He's going to take it. Oh, it's Patagna. I wanted to change it to Picardi. I didn't change it on time. Andrea Patagni, number 99. Scores, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. He's had a tough season for Tagna. He's had a tough stint here at Brescia, but a goal on the final day, that's something positive. Oh, mate, I don't know who was pushed, but I would have loved to have just quickly changed it to Picardi. But either way, Patagna with the goal, makes it 1-0 and gives us the opener. But, yeah, that is basically Brescia in a nutshell, man. If we're going to score a goal, it's most likely going to come from a set piece. Picardi's on a 6.6 as well. He was supposed to be the next Roberto Baggio. What's happened to the kid this season, man? 1 goal and not a single assist as Ordera makes a very simple save in a game with very few chances. He needs a loan spell, man. He needs a loan spell. I mean, listen, I love the kid to pieces. I still believe he can succeed here, but He's just, for some reason this season, he's not been the same player, and I don't know why. He's really, really struggled. He's been in the same role. He's had the same teammates and supporting cast around him. He's had more game time this year, but for some reason it's just not worked out. Send him out on loan to the Serie B. Give him a loan spell out in the second tier. Watch him tear that league up, and then he'll come back a better player, I'm sure of it. As Empoli almost found their level, but Sestana made a brilliant block there, and that's why I'm desperate to keep the guy here. Great block, still 1-0. I don't think I'm going to make any changes, just leave the game as it is, because I think we're going to hold on to a 1-0 victory, which has been our most common scoreline this year for wins. If we win a game, it's almost always by a single goal to nil. But you know what? That's fine with me. Wins are wins, baby, and that means we guarantee an 8th place finish for Season 3. And had you offered me that at the start of the season, yes, of course, I'm disappointed we missed out on European football, because we had what it takes. We had what it took to get into Europe, man. No doubt about it. But I'm disappointed to miss out, but I can't be disappointed about an 8th place finish. That is really, really impressive for Season 3, man. Very impressive. Every single season, we have made steps forward with this Brescia team, and particularly defensively as well. Ordero finishing up with the second most amount of clean sheets, third most amount of clean sheets. 20 shutouts in 38 games for Brescia. I know I keep going on about it, but when you think about that in Season 1, how many do we have in Season 1? 1? I mean, seriously, extraordinary progression. But in the end, table looks like this. Juventus crowned champions, as we knew. Top 4 already confirmed. Europa League place already confirmed. In the end, it's Torino, Cittadella, who lost on the final day, and Spal, who are going down to Serie B. Positives, man. Positives for Brescia. We've made so much progression since the start of the save. And yes, of course, I'm disappointed we missed out on Europe, because again, we had the chance. We had the chance to finish in Europa League place. We had too many games this year where we slipped up in disappointing fashion. You know, the loss away against Udinese, I think it was, the draw, the goalless draw with Cittadella, those needed to be wins. Anyway, end of season awards, De Pauli was Fans Player of the Year, Sistana in second and Armini in third. I don't know how on earth Ordero didn't get even in the top 3, but okay, fair enough. I think personally Ordero should be our player of the year. It goes to Pauli, fair enough. The fans love him, to be fair, so no real surprise. Visoli 1 goal this season. Let's watch that together. Not sure I remember this one. Esposito dribbles into the area, keeps holding the ball despite the slide tackle, pegs it back, and Dimitri takes a touch, and oh, what a rocket. Well, I should have remembered that one. That was amazing. But yeah, okay, Visoli, captain, wins goal of the season. Sign the season was Andrea Papetti, which, to be fair, was an absolute steal at 3.5 mil for the very talented youngster, and Armini was our young player of the season as well. Okay, don't really complain about those 3 there, but Ordero not even getting 15% of the vote? Oh, Emil, mate, I feel sorry for you, bro. You deserve more than that. Brescia will look back on the season as a job well done, as they impressed sufficiently to break clear of mid-table obscurity and announce themselves as a club on the rise, finishing above their expectations. No doubt about that. Brescia, one of the competition's feel-good stories, defying expectations, and, thanks to an impressive spell of form that began in September and saw them rise as high as 6th place, were able to celebrate a job well done. Our match of the season was the 3-0 victory away against Atalanta on the opening day. No doubt about that. Cracking victory there. And a moment to forget was the 3-0 loss away at the Stadio Olimpico against Roma. 88% capacity this season. It's gone up by 3% from last year, so we are beginning to fill the stadium out a little bit more, and yeah, good season for us, really good season. So as for the club vision and expectations, I don't think anything's changed for next season. They just want us to finish in mid-table next year and maintain a top half finish from the year after that and onwards. Yep, that's fine with me. That's more than doable. You should all be aware by now that this club has a stated objective to become an established Serie A team by the end of next season. I therefore need you all to report back for pre-season with nothing less than 100% focus on that if we're to make it happen. I'm not sure this squad is in a position to mount that sort of a challenge right now. What, an established Serie A team after an 8th place finish? Andrea, mate, come on. Come on, seriously. I mean, 8th place, what are you talking about? Oh, look at this. I'm considered one of the front runners for the Manager of the Year award. Last year I was snubbed. Absolutely snubbed. This year, if it doesn't go to me, then I'll just say this right now. They're just biased against English managers. Because, come on, man. 8th place, pushing Inter Milan for a European place. Come on, man. I'm going to spoil it about it. I'm going to spoil it about it. Just kidding, really. I'll give it to Sarri because Juve won the championship. But, yeah, come on, man. It's got to be me. It's got to be me this year. This is the year I get married. I'm the bride this year, surely. I fucking led Brescia to 8th place in the goddamn table this season. So what we'll do is we'll process through to the 1st of June when the Manager of the Year award is given out. And we should find our initial budgets within the next few days as well. And once we've done that, I'll run you through the squad and we'll end the episode and the season there as well. Oh, come on. Piss off. Piss off. How is it not me? What's wrong with me? How is it not me? No, that's just... Bologna in the season preview had a higher finish than us, according to the media, in 11th. The media thought we'd finish in 14th, them in 11th, right? We're operating on a shoestring budget with a ridiculously youthful team. We led Brescia to 8th place in touching distance of a European spot, and we had the 5th best defensive record in the division. It's a joke. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. How is it not me? Joke. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. I really shouldn't care what I do. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. Honestly. I mean, what more can I do to win Manager of the Year? What more can I do, man? Just an absolute joke. How the fuck did Picardi win Player of the Week? He's done nothing the whole season. This kid's got to go out on loan, man. He really struggled this year. He's got to go out on loan. He's got to go out on loan. How is it not? Oh, right. I'm going to get annoyed about this, man. I've got to stop. So that was today's episode and this season as a whole, guys. So big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did, then please do drop a like. I don't know if I noticed this. I showed you this, by the way. But there's been a change in the dynamic screen once again. It's constantly changing. Sibeli and Sistana have both stepped down as team leaders. And now you've got Bisoli, De Paoli and Viviani as our 3 team leaders now. I'm hoping next season... If Bisoli, I mean, Bisoli's probably going to stay because he's got 2 years left in his deal, and because he's a captain as well, he won't lose his spot as team leader. But I'd love to see Sistana be the team leader instead. In time, maybe he will be. I don't know. But yeah, let's end the episode there then. Thank you. Oh, hang on. Where are the initial budgets? Where are the budgets? Hold on a second. Where are the budgets? Why have we not got the budget yet? Pre-season starts in, like, this month, doesn't it? Why haven't we got the budgets yet? Why have we... They haven't... Have I skipped over them? I have not skipped over them. Where? What? Why? How? Who? Where are the budgets? What? Do you know what? I can't wait any longer. I'm keeping on processing, but the budgets aren't coming, so forget about it. What I'll do is I'll post them on Twitter for you guys. If you don't follow me on Twitter, as I always say, it's at Docklanders. It'll be right there on the screen for you. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, please do so. I'll post a screenshot of the budgets when they come, if they come, that is. And yeah, you'll find out what budget we're working with for next season. It's the same budget that we had towards the end of season 3, so we've not had any change there. Maybe we won't have a change because the bank balance hasn't gone up, obviously, because in the Serie A you don't get an amount of prize money or TV revenue that you get in the Premier League, so maybe that is the budget. I don't know. But if it changes, I'll let you guys know on Twitter. But have a great day though, guys. Much love to you all. Fantastic season with Brescia. Even though we miss out on European football, that wasn't the expectation at the start of the season, so it was still a fantastic season. An amazing campaign defensively, unfortunately not great offensively, but loads of positives. That's all we wanted in the first 3 or 4 seasons, and we're making great progression with this very young, youthful and fun Brescia team. Thank you for watching the episode, the season finale and the whole of season 3. Who wants to Paoli? Who wants to Paoli? Go away, you lazy hours. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. What I'll do is I'll be playing through all of the summer tomorrow. I don't think I'll be able to get the new season out tomorrow. I think it's more of a Tuesday thing. So tomorrow I'll play through the whole of the summer, the whole of pre-season as well. And if you follow me on Twitter, as I always say, at Docklanders, I will be giving you screenshots of what is going on throughout the course of the summer as well. So you guys can stay up to date with the save before the new season will begin, most likely on Tuesday afternoon. Have a fantastic day, guys. Thank you for all the support on season 3 and the series as a whole. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode, the new season of Club and Country, very soon.